Hey, you guys, I'm not sure exactly what just happened, but I just got clicked off. So this is just going to be part two, I guess, unless I figure out a way to connect the two. So anyway, VS did say that she didn't have anything against S. Hutchinson. She was just telling her truth because, basically she's being made out to look like a liar. Okay, fine. So she went ahead, she told her story, and she told her story, and that's what's going on with that. Now, as Hutchinson is upset because of the story that she told, so now here she is, she's coming back. And she says, well, the way my loyalty is set up, this is who I'm rocking with. I'm rocking with Maddie, and I'm going to tell, I guess, my truth, again, or say what really happened or whatever. So, but she didn't. She didn't really give any other details of that night. All she did was drag other people into it that they didn't have anything to do with it. It's like, yes, y'all got common enemies or whatever, but it's like, I got information on this. I got information that she said this about y'all and this and that about y'all and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, they already don't get along, but why not just, stick to the actual situation and say, hey, we didn't sit in the back, or, this was VIP. It's just they seated it this way, or, this wasn't Maddie's fault, and just like stick up for what Maddie said. And like, they were booked. They didn't have any control over this, and that, all of that could have been said, instead of bringing other people into it that really didn't have anything to do with it. And it's like, calling Lady Nika and Sean Bradley and Rob and just anybody else, just trying to, and Rob isn't a common enemy, but, I just whoever they have a common interest with, or she knows is an enemy of hers, she tried to call them in. None of them called in to her show, I don't think. But it was just like, why don't you just stick to the actual facts of what really happened that night, or just debunk what she's saying, or just say, well, her experience is her experience, mine is mine, and it is what it is. I don't agree with what she's saying, but just stick to the actual situation, not go all off to subject and, oh, well, you said this about such and such, and you said this about such and such, and y'all call in, and I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna tell you this, and it's like, what does that have to do with that night? None of those people were out there that night. None of those people had anything to do with anything other than their common enemy, and you're trying to, just, I guess, get people on your side, or I don't know. That was just weird to me. That was what was weird to me, is why include all these other people? You're making it into something more than what it has to be, when it could have just been, you just taking up for your friend, or, whatever. Anyway, so that's what S. Hutchinson did. She came back and said, and then besides that, she was behind the scenes, telling VS to be quiet, basically, and, whatever. I'm going to do this and that to you. I'm going to, show this person this. I'm going to do this. And just was basically threatening her behind the scenes. So people were kind of like, why is she still talking about it? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this girl keeps on emailing me and sending me all this stuff and threatening me. And it's like, no, I'm not going to be quiet now. It's like, you done turned it all into something else. So it's like one says something, the other one comes back. This one says something, the other one comes back. And now it's just a back and forth thing. Now it's turning into something way more than the actual, just a bad time or a bad review. Okay, now Maddie, she actually responds and she says, hey, this is what it is. I don't have anything to do with such and such, whatever. She's giving her side like, hey, that don't really have nothing to do with me. I did my job. This is what booked is. This is what my production is. There's two different things. And she kind of gave that explanation, and she went on, and I'm assuming she thought it was done. And, she thought it was done and over with, and she was going on about her business. But it was not done and over with. It was not done and over with, y'all. And it's just kind of, y'all, it's just really kind of crazy because it's like, it just really turned into something more. And I agree with Maddie. Maddie called into VS's show because it turned into, they got in touch with the promoter. And, like Maddie said, your issue, the issues that you're having and what you're unhappy with is what the promoter is in charge of. So, you need to, basically, be talking to the promoter. And so she got a hold of the promoter through someone else and, got that information. She contacted her. The promoter did contact back. And the promoter came back with some other shit, again, that has nothing to do with the actual situation. Not the things that made her unhappy. The promoter is now deflecting and putting the blame on Maddie and Funky Dineva because the issues that she had didn't have nothing to do with nobody doing no drugs. Nobody, as far as the being late, the lady did say that they was late and then, they said what they said. But, as far as doing drugs or any of that, like that don't got nothing to do with nothing. It's where's my chicken? Why didn't I have my bottle? Why was the seat back here? Like that's what the conversation should have been about, and then the promoter could have been like, listen, I'll give you half of your money. The act did show up, but yeah, you right. Let me give you that money back. Let me give you half of your money back. You know what I'm saying? Or something, but no, the promoter deflected and put the blame, just basically talked about the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And now she's in the chat. Now she calls in later. She basically says what she says, talking about the drugs, talking about them being late, blah, blah, blah. And now the shit is all the way off of the actual subject and how it started. And so this is why I go into, it had to be about more than just a bad review or more than just, it had to be more than just her wanting, her money back. Because at first she said she didn't really want her money back. But now she's like, yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, I want my money back. But it's like, it was about more than a bad review, it seems like. Because it's like, why didn't you just contact T.S. Madison, directly? She has public ways to contact her. She has it on her public platforms. That's how other people contact her. How does anybody contact anybody? She has an Instagram. She has an email. She has ways to be contacted. But when she called in herself and asked, well, why didn't you contact me directly? Why Shelly this and Shelly that? And it was just all about getting T.S. Madison to admit that Shelly was not like her CEO. It was just all about the messy shit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe it had something more to do with, it wasn't about wanting a refund at all. It wasn't about a bad review. It was definitely about putting the information out there or exposing them in some type of way, because the shit just went all off topic on all ends. On all ends, it went off topic, okay? It went off topic when Shelly was trying to include other people. It went off topic when you got, VS trying to call, she's calling in this promoter. They're having conversations about the behind the scenes shit when that don't even have nothing to do with the show. It was just a whole lot of deflecting going on and no real resolution. Like, it doesn't seem like anybody was really trying to resolve anything or trying to come to a solution at all. It just seemed like, to me, it's like everybody just wants, the public, the public exposure, and that's what it looked like to me. I mean, people can have, and I don't know if my opinion is going to be an unpopular opinion, but when Maddie called in and she said, "What is your end game?" Like, that was a valid question. What is your end game? Like, what is the whole point in this? Like, what exactly do you want? Because once Funky Dineva said, "Okay, give me your Cash App, I'm going to send you your money over," it should have been done and over with at that point. But no, you got want promoters to call in when that's the one who really owe you your money. That's really the person that owes you the money, is the promoter. So it's like, but the promoter is able to call in and say the fuck shit that they call in and say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is a lot, and so I don't know. To me, if you ask me, didn't nobody ask me, but I'm gonna tell you. But to me, it just looked like, it was about way more than just a bad review or having a bad time. Because at first I was with VS on it. I'm like, you know what? She's right. She's in her rights to give her experience. She's in her rights to, say what her experience was and say what she was unhappy with and, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, when you look at it, how it was ongoing and, one person say something and then now y'all going back and forth and it's like, well, if she shut up, then I'll shut up or whatever. But after Funky Dineva, once he agreed to give that money back, but then it just kept going after that, that's when I saw for sure that, that it's more about, the public exposure. It didn't have nothing to do with the money. It didn't have nothing to do with nothing, because now it's like, oh no, y'all done pissed me off. Y'all want me to be quiet. And she said, like, okay, you give me my money back and I ain't gonna say nothing about it. We'll be done and over with. But it wasn't done and over with. Now it's Miss Parker call in, and then when it goes from Miss Parker calling in, now it's Miss Parker calling in, and then it goes to we gonna schedule an interview, or we gonna schedule a call in when she's able to call in. Okay, and it's like, for what? If you're getting your money back, what is all of that for? What is all that for? If you are about to get your money, like after he hung up, that should have been done and over with. Yeah, Maddie called in and said what she had to say, but it was just like, even after that, you hung up on Maddie, and it should have been done after that. Send him the Cash App, get the money back, and be done with it. But no, it's public exposure, and it's the clicks and the views. Because yeah, she definitely gets clicks and views. She can definitely build a channel up real quick and get another channel going real quick. But I mean, you have to admit that, when you got 1,100, 1,200 people in a chat, and then hundreds of those people leave after, some people are gone now, what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but just the ongoing public exposure. And then, so now you got this janky ass promoter. Now she's what? Now she done flipped on her, because, she done talked to Maddie and stuff. So now the promoter flips on her and is emailing her back and forth, telling her, basically with the same thing that Maddie was saying. And it's like, that promoter, fuck that promoter, because number one, the promoter is who's supposed to have gave the money. Okay. She's the one that should have been paying the money back in the first place, or giving the refund or whatever. And then, the promoter, she told all of this shit that didn't even have nothing to fucking do with, she's trying to deflect and put the blame on Maddie and Funky Dineva, put the blame on the act when she didn't have her shit all in order. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this promoter ain't shit for real. And then as soon as Maddie gets to her, now, you know, she's talking about some, you know, don't message her no more and blah, 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 this, and that, and got all this shit to say. And it's like, girl, where was that fucking energy when you was sitting up here causing all these fucking problems? When you was sitting up here sending all this extra shit over here that didn't nobody even ask about. When you was deflecting and wasn't taking responsibility for your fuck ups and your fucked up ass setup that you had. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where that came in. When that promoter called in, it wasn't even no point talking to the promoter because she was not, you know, owning up to her part in the problem. She wasn't trying to give no refund or no money back. She's trying to put it off on them. And she know good and fucking well she's the one that should have been given the refund. If she's been doing this for any amount of time, she knows that. So, y'all, I just feel like it's a whole big ass mess, but it's just crazy watching this shit unfold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, like, I agree with Maddie. Like, when she said, like, you could have just contacted me. It didn't even have to go to that first video. You know what I'm saying? If you was really, truly just unhappy, you could have been contacted me. You know, even in those 2 weeks that she was quiet, you know, even after she gave her first little light review, she could have contacted Maddie, emailed Maddie, and been like, look, you know, this, and that. Maddie could have said what she was going to say. But after you go all the way to making videos and you really in battle with Shelly for Shelly contradicting what you said, but Shelly isn't the one that's taking the heat. It's somebody else that's taking the heat. It's the person whose name is on the brand taking the heat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, y'all, that was like a whole mess. Just a whole fucking mess. Yeah. I mean, I just basically feel like there was some motive behind it as far as the clicks and the views and wanting the public exposure, because it could have been handled behind closed doors, you know. And it's just like, even after the response, she's like, well, you said go to the promoter, but before that, she's just saying before that. Like, if you really just only wanted your money back, if you really just only wanted the wrong to be righted, then why not contact me directly? And when, you know, but she was deflecting on Shelly deflecting and trying to include other people, the promoter deflecting on Maddie. You know what I'm saying? Funky Dineva is the only one. I mean, he just stepped all the way the fuck up, was respectful, handled his fucking business like a class fucking act. I'm talking about, like, if anybody, he handled that shit. He handled that shit like a class fucking act. But even after that, you know what I'm saying, it was, the bullshit continued. And it's just like, at that point, it's like, what do you really want? And so when Maddie asked that, it was like, well, what do you really want? You know what I'm saying? You got you got an agreement for the refund. You know, he asking for the Cash App. Is, well, after this is over. You know what I'm saying? And now you scheduling phone calls and you want this person to call in right after he said that. Girl, hang up that fucking phone and get your money back. But no, you want to keep it going. You want this person to call in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, you had a wrong ass time. And as a fan, as a customer, as a person who is spending your money and supporting somebody, I totally fucking agree that it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? All I said was I had a bad experience and all these people want me to shut up and not talk about it and, you know, whatever. And, you know, I did that and people still ain't happy and still, you know, so I got all of that. But then it's just like, then you seen the ugly come out. And it's like you want to push it more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was seeing, because now it's like, okay, I got him to come over here. Okay, I got him to call in. Okay, I got him, you know, obviously something triggered a nerve or something. So let me keep pushing it. And it's just like, after that point, I mean, Dineva shouldn't have, like, well, fuck it then. I offered to get you your money. You over there still fucking around. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it's like, you know, I ain't giving you shit. Keep on with your lives. Stay on your life. You know what I'm saying? Let her give it to you. Since you want to talk to her so bad, she ain't giving you shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you your refund, and you want to keep on talking and keep on pressing the issue. So it's like, well, let her give you your damn refund, and let me just go on about my business. That's what I would have been looking at it like. Like, I'm trying to give you your fucking refund, and you sitting up here, you know, keep on trying to press the issue and you know, basically milk it for as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, okay, you know, I tried to right the wrong. I tried to do my part, and you know, that ain't what you wanted, obviously. That ain't what she wanted. You know, she wanted she wanted to stretch it out as long as possible, as long as she could. And then the promoter, she made it even worse by she still fucking around and emailing and going back. And it's just like, y'all want shit to die down, but you just keep on keeping on. You just keeping on with the bullshit. So it's just like, you can't blame somebody. You keep giving people content. You giving them a reason to keep on talking the shit and keep on saying something. So it's just like, at this point, it's like, can you even blame her for keep on talking? Because now I got, like, look, y'all, look what happened last night. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I wake up, and somebody emailing me early, texting me, and all this shit, all wee hours of the fucking morning. For what, promoter? Janky promoter? For what, janky promoter? I'm telling y'all, it's this promoter's fault, okay? I don't care what nobody say. It is the promoter's fault. The promoter is who owed the fucking money. You know, because in all honesty, you know, you gotta understand. Maddie, she was not wrong. She was not wrong. Because it's like, at that point, it's like you done already did too much. You done already did too much. Like, damn, you could have contacted me directly. You could have did all of that, but you didn't want to. You want to go back and forth with Shelly. You know what I'm saying? And all the while, keep throwing my name in it when really the beef is between y'all two. But y'all want to keep on doing it in the sake of my name. You know what I'm saying? Then you got this promoter who is the one who really owe you your fucking money. But, you know, because she's giving you some tea, you know what I'm saying, you're going to talk to her. So it's just like, you know, people do what they do all for a reason, y'all. You know, anytime somebody is doing some bullshit like that, you got to understand they are doing it for a reason. Because if anybody really just wants just justice, if anybody just really wants, like, if anybody just really wants, like, I just want my money back. I just want to be righted wrong. Can I just, you know, get a ticket to another show? But they did offer her that. Well, Shelly offered her that. And she like, hell no, you ain't doing nothing to me at no show. Which I understand that too. You got people bringing weapons to shows and stuff like that. Hell no, I'm good. I don't need to be there. But, you know, it's just like, it's just a whole mess. I feel like everybody was deflecting. Nobody is taking responsibility but Dineva. And Maddie, she said she would have took responsibility, but it's like, okay, I get it. You a content creator. Look, and Funky Dineva said it too. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, 10 years. So I get the clicks and the views, you know, why you put that in the title, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we get it. What do you want? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? I get what you're doing, but how can we fix it? Because now you dragging it. You know what I'm saying? That's basically all it was. Like, you dragging it now. You dragging it. You know what I'm saying? What do you want? And that's it. And in the end, what was it? You want the damn clicks and the views, because after a person like offers to give you what you say you want, you say, give me my refund and I'll quit talking about it. It's done and over with. You said it. It's on your video. You can go back and see it. Okay, so you say that's done and over with, but it wasn't done and over with. Because as soon as another, as soon as you got another piece to the puzzle, here you go again. And here you go trying to drag it. Somebody offered to give you your money and you won't even hang up the damn phone, click off the live, none of that. To send that damn message, to send that email. You can email for a person to call into the live, but you can't email your Cash App so you can get your refund that you wanted. But you're sitting there emailing. Miss Parker, call into the live. You know what I'm saying? But you can't email to get your money back. So you gotta read in between the lines. You gotta look and see what people really, really want, what their real motive is. Like, you know what I'm saying? People will show you. You just sit back and watch. Yeah, I love these CoverGirl lip liners. CoverGirl Exhibitionist lip liners. These are nice. And y'all, I did set my under eye, but I did not set the rest of my face. So yeah, y'all. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because there are so many different components. Ain't this crazy too, y'all? I got like the perfect match to that lip liner. This is a Wet n the Wild lip pencil or lip crayon, velvet matte lip color, and it's just like a little crayon form. And it's the perfect match to that lip liner. This is in the shade Toffee Frappe, and this is in the shade Caramel Nude, and they match perfectly. So yeah, y'all, I don't know, like, I don't know where my black lip liner, eyeliner is. That's what I don't know. Like my pencil, I don't know where that is. I'm gonna put on some top eyeliner. I don't know where my watercolor, I can't talk. Woo. Yeah, y'all, I don't know, but the streets is hot talking about this, They woke up early this morning talking about it. She ended up blocking the promoter from her text messages, and then the promoter started emailing her. And honestly though, it's like the promoter knew, like, you the one gave all that extra information. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why Maddie even contacted her, because it's like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You talking about cocaine and sending this to, and you done sent this email to this person, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, why wouldn't Maddie, contact that promoter? Like, honestly, slander, and, she probably told her, like, that's against the law. What you did was against the law. And that's probably why the promoter wanted those videos from VS. she wanted the videos from VS of what she said, like with her saying what she said. And VS sent them to her. And she probably wanted them because Maddie probably told her, like, that's against the law, right? Like, I can sue you for what you said about me. That's probably what she told her. I bet. I bet that's what she said. So, I bet that's what she said. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about that, y'all. This video is already 30 minutes. I'm just kind of like, rambling at this point. And I'm just using this green liner just for a little pop of color. I don't got my black one here, so I'm just going to use this green. All right. So, yeah, y'all, let me go do my hair. That's what I'm about to go do now. I'm going to go do my hair, get this hair combed. So, I love y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. It is Friday. Do something for yourself. Do something for your boo. Just do something in love. Whoever you do it for, just do it in love. Do it with good intention. Make you out a plan for this weekend. If you had to work hard this week, figure out something to do this weekend that works towards, a dream that you have or something that you want to do extra. Yeah, do it, y'all. Okay, I love y'all. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.